Outlander Season 6 has finally ended, and just like the Starz, Sam Heughan, who plays Jamie Fraser, and Caitriona Balfe, who plays Claire, hinted a year ago, it looks like Turmoil is on the way. Here's what the two stars had to say about their characters' futures on the show, and some updates on Season 7. First up, Turmoil ahead. Warning, up ahead we've got some big spoilers for Season 6, Episode 8 of Outlander. I am not alone. Outlander Season 6 was all about revolution. The season began production in early 2021, and while they were still shooting, executive producer Matthew B. Roberts said to fans that the big theme of this season would be a revolution. These events are happening right before the American Revolutionary War, but the revolution theme doesn't just refer to the political climate, it's also about what's happening with Jamie and Claire. In an interview with Elle magazine, Jamie told us that a revolution is going to happen with them too, and it had happened throughout the season. When a solid foundation is disturbed and things begin changing, it's basically a revolution, and you have to just deal with it. Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe did give some clues hinting at the coming turmoil. Whereas Roberts was busy talking about revolution, Heughan and Balfe kept subtly hinting at turmoil for Jamie and Claire. But the Outlander actors did promise fans a very exciting season, and well, Season 6 definitely pulled through on that. The co-actors also dropped hints that even more turmoil was up ahead. Everyone is finally beginning to get their footing, and some still have a hard time, Balfe said. Then Heughan replied that fans can definitely expect things to go even worse before they get better this time round. Well, at least we know what's coming now. Season 6 of the Starz time-traveling drama definitely moved away quite a bit from Diana Gabaldon's sixth book, A Breath of Snow and Ashes. After going through a terrible assault by Lionel Brown, played by Ned Dennehy, and his henchmen in the Season 5 finale, Claire has been quietly struggling and finally turned to ether to help her deal with it. But the use of ether had her thinking if she had actually killed Malva Christie, played by Jessica Reynolds. Let's not forget, at the end of the 6th season's 7th episode, she was accused of murder. Next, the end of Season 6. In the preview for the Season 6 finale, after the guards showed up to make an arrest, it seems as if Jamie and Claire are refusing to let them take her, which then leads to a gunfight between the guards and the Frasers. In the scene, a guard says to Jamie that he knew Jamie wasn't just going to give her up, but he won't have a choice soon enough, to which Jamie replies, "I know what you're doing," and he didn't let the man's words shake him. The episode preview also shows the community of Fraser's Ridge completely turning against the two, because they're actually convinced that Jamie was the father of Malva's child, and that Claire was the one who murdered her in a fit of jealousy. We even hear one man shouting, "Justice for the murdered lass." The clip ends with a feeling of severe doom and danger, with Jamie saying to Claire that they don't have a choice except to go together now. Caitriona Balfe and Sam Heughan on Western feel of Season 6 finale. Outlander's 6th season ended on a cliffhanger that definitely left viewers hungry for more. We all saw the intense moment when Claire and Jamie were up against the world as Richard Brown and his committee of safety surrounded Fraser's Ridge, hounding for the arrest of Claire. Determined to stay in place, the couple found themselves in a shootout as they refused to go along with them. So the standoff led to Claire handing herself over along with Jamie. There was no one else able to help them out of the trouble without causing even more bloodshed. Not only are the two subject to pretty harsh treatment and the threat of death, but they have also separated yet again. Thankfully, Caitriona Balfe reassured TV Insider that there aren't any super long separations ahead for these two, but viewers will have to wait until Season 7 is released to see them together again. For now, Jamie was rescued by young Ian and the Cherokee after he was tied up to be sent back to Scotland. Now, Jamie has to locate his wife, who is being kept as a prisoner in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a great cliffhanger, isn't it? Heughan asked, referring to the task that lies ahead for Jamie following his escape. Season 6 was actually supposed to include over 8 episodes, but circumstances during the pandemic forced them to do a revised ending that the writers and producers decided on, says Balfe. She described how she also had trouble continuing. Her real-life pregnancy actually coincided with filming on Season 6 as well. The shootout, at least, left fans with an exciting footnote at the end. "We were very lucky we had director Jamie Payne." Balfe gave him the credit for the dramatic scenes. Balfe praised him, saying he feels that he's an amazingly thoughtful director. He even went on to say, "Sam and I were both so excited that we were having this slightly Western feel to this episode. It felt very Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid." The shooting isn't the only heat that Jamie and Claire are confronted with, as they're hit with stones by judgmental settlers who fully think that they're murderers. You can see how much turmoil there is in the revolution's beginnings, Heughan pointed out. There's a sense of displacement, and it's quite interesting seeing the Frasers not have their reputation and support anymore. Things are not completely hopeless. It's events like this that pave the way for some of Jamie and Claire's cutest scenes, according to Heughan. The hardship bonds them even closer together. In the last dinner, Balfe says that it's easy to see just how much the two love each other, and those rare moments of tenderness between them really show that. What comes next? Along with eating whatever they can scrape up from their kitchen, Jamie and Claire look really scared about their uncertain future in a way that would make any viewer fearful. When they choose not to fight the Committee of Safety to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, they look to each other for comfort. For the first time, we really see them up against the world, Balfe says. We see their whole community turn against them. People that they have cared for and even let into their own home are now all enraged and screaming for blood. At the same time, daughter Brianna and her husband Roger are on the road and are blissfully ignorant of their family's predicament. And Fergus and Marsali are now living in New Bern, so some of Jamie and Claire's closest and most loyal family are out of reach for them. They really don't know what's headed their way, Balfe explains. They definitely know that this could be the last time of peace they'll get to enjoy together. They won't be getting any more intimate or romantic moments together. She was referring to Jamie and Claire's passionate love scene in the final episode. Now in production for season 7, Balfe and Heughan couldn't speak too much on what's coming up ahead for the Frasers in the next season, but they did offer a few words teasing at what's to come. Boats, Balfe tells us. And yep, that's all we know. Outlander season 7? Now that we've seen how season 6 ends, fans are no doubt restless for news on season 7. Well, we have some good news. There is going to be a 7th season. It'll carry on the adventures of the Frasers and their family, who are really just trying to make a nice, simple life for themselves in 18th century North Carolina. While there was a massive 21-month gap between season 5 and season 6 because of the pandemic, fans hopefully won't have to wait that much for season 7. A recently uploaded photo on Outlander's official social media accounts showed us the primary cast members, Sam Heughan, Caitriona Balfe, Sophie Skelton, and Richard Rankin, having returned to the Scotland set, presumably to start production for the new season. In an interview with Digital Spy over season 6, Caitriona Balfe said that they would be shooting the next season for a whole 13 months, which could take shooting all the way to May 2023. We definitely hope to see the new episodes around that time, and Deadline has even stated that they could be here as early as the end of the year. Who's in season 7? Season 7 of Outlander will take a closer look at the events featured in author Diana Gabaldon's 6th and 7th novels in the Outlander series. Those books have all the main characters, so we can expect these actors will definitely return. They of course include Sam Heughan, Caitriona Balfe, Richard Rankin, and Sophie Skelton. We'd also expect to see these characters there, including John Bell, Lauren Lyle, Caesar Domboy, Caitlin O'Ryan, and David Barry. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be a part of the fun. Make sure to click the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded.